Hey gang, John Bacarella here with your Lake St. Clair Fishing Report, brought to you by Sportsmen's Direct. It is Thursday, April 28th, and we're basically done with the month of April, and it has been one wild ride through April, including right up till this morning, although it wasn't real wild outside, but it was stinking cold. It was like 24 here this morning. So, but amazingly enough, I just checked the water temp at Belle Isle, and it was still holding at 45 degrees, probably because the sun is out, and it's been out here a little bit. And that sun always wins. That the sun just wins the war on, especially on water temps, because it's just like a big stinking solar collector out there, and it just soaks up the sun and it warms up. As a lot of these guys found out over the last few days, that water in shallow on the lake down in the mile roads heated up really nice, which I imagine it did like over in Muscatine and places like that. But over here on the American side, that water warmed up, and it was in the mid 50s. I got reports from some of these guys fishing in shallow in, you know, like 5-6 feet of water, and they caught a boatload of smallies. So for you guys that have been waiting to travel up, it looks like we've got stable weather up ahead. I checked the weather forecast this morning, and we've got fairly sunny skies over the next few days, and temperatures in the 50s and 60s, which is gonna keep those shallows warm, and those smallies are gonna definitely stack up on that transition, and they're gonna start meandering in and out of the shallows, waiting for it to warm up to spawning temps. So that smallmouth bite is definitely going to even explode more than what it already has been for the last few days. And I guess now's the time to go get those pre-spawn smallies. So they were getting water temps in the mid 50s, and I would imagine you're going to find that now too with the sun out in shallow, as long as we don't get any wild winds, which I didn't see forecasted. So it looks like that smallmouth bite is definitely on. The walleye bite is definitely on, both in the St. Clair River and Detroit rivers. Lots of quick limits for these guys up and down both rivers, honestly. So pick your poison and go with wherever you feel like going, as far as boat traffic and wind direction and all that good stuff, and have at her. But the walleye bite's definitely going. Not a lot of huge fish being caught right now, but lots of limits on, I'll call them medium-sized fish. I mean, the average size for these fish right now is great. There's not a lot of throwbacks. So it's just quality fishing at its finest right now for the walleyes. So, and as these waters warm up too, you can probably start, you'll figure it out, but you can probably aren't going to need to use the minnows on there as much anymore. They should be just nuking the plastics without any trouble. Guys from shore are casting just plastics and taking limits every day too. So you don't necessarily need to use those minnows on there, but keep that stinger on there for extra fish for sure. A lot of these guides out there right now are going to start switching over and doing like double charters. They're going to be going in the morning for walleyes, and in the afternoons, or after they get their limit of walleyes, go out and chase smallies. So check with charter captains like Fins and Grins, Garrett Samsel out there. There's a number of charter captains that'll, if you book that way, they'll set up and they'll take you out so you can get your limit of table fare. Sometimes you can go in for lunch at Sinbad's, and then they'll take you out and you can just pound smallies all afternoon. But if you get it set up that way. So it's always advantageous to check with the different charter captains out there and see what they're offering. Also get on maybe on a wait list if you need to, because they do get cancellations. So, but that's definitely an opportunity for you guys coming from out of state that want to get out there and experience both the walleye fishing and the smallmouth fishing out here on St. Clair, because it is amazing. These warmer temps also have brought in the carp into a lot of the shallows, and if you've never gone out and shot carp with a bow and arrow, it's a hoot. You can do it from shore in a lot of places. I've done it up there around Saginaw Bay area on that I think it's we call it the World Bow Fishing Championship or whatever they call it up there. I've been up there and done that, and it's a blast shooting in the ditches. They do it a lot down here too as well, like back in the marshes and so forth. But a lot of it's done from boat down here, just because we don't have much shore access and we don't have nearly as many ditches. But that carp shooting and other rough fish is a blast. And if you haven't ever done that before, Now's the time to do it, as we get these sunny, warmer afternoons and these carp pile into these areas to spawn, and you're doing the lake a favor by taking out these rough fish. they just do a lot of damage to the shoreline, and they really can mess up some of the spawning grounds. So taking out some of these extra fish is never going to hurt anything. It's just going to do good for the resources. Trying to think if I got anything else. I mean, the perch spawn is going. These fish right now are 50-50 or better between being spawned out and still being firm, but the spawn is definitely going full force right now. The shore fishing seems like it's slowed down, although we haven't had great weather, so a lot of guys haven't been out. I know they've still been catching some quality fish. I'm just not sure if the numbers have been there, but it is, like I said, it's kind of hard to tell when you don't have nearly as many people fishing as what we had when we had some of that nicer weather. That's going. Catfish fishing is still going to go. Especially we got some rain coming. I think we got 1 day of rain coming this week. We got like they're forecasting like maybe a 1/3 inch of rain. That's going to get the water levels up in the places like the Clinton River and the spillway. So like a day after that rain, the catfish fishing ought to explode again. I've heard reports of smelt, although I'm probably a little late to that game, up on the St. Clair River, and I think the water clarity has gotten pretty clear now, and a lot of times you need dirtier water to bring those fish in right up on the shore. So if you get those conditions, you might still be able to dip some smelt up there. But when that water is clear, it seems like these fish now run off that ledge out there. They run out deeper where you can't get them with the nets. Still got tons of smelt in the system, but they just don't run where you guys can dip them. So that's just the nature of the beast with what the zebra mussels and quagga mussels have done to the Great Lakes by cleaning that water up so much and increasing the clarity. Man, I don't think I got anything else for you. We've still got more and more new products coming into the store. We've expanded that grumpy bait goby lineup quite a bit. So we've got new baits there coming in. We've got some new firetail worms coming in, and lots of stuff starting to show up at the store, like Vanfords and Tranks. So for any of those that were hard to find products last year, if you guys are still looking, we are starting to get them in at the store. So it behooves you to give us a shout or stop in and check out and see what we have, because a lot of those products are not going to be available later this season. We won't be able to get them even though they're on reorder. So with that said, it looks like we've got at least a fairly sunny first half of the weekend, at least Friday and Saturday. And if you can get a chance, get out there and take advantage of the dramatically improving fishing on Lake St. Clair. Hey, if you like this video content and you want to get updated as soon as the next video is out there, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon, and you'll get notified as soon as the next video is up.